Okay, I had to write the first plan. Just want to make sure it isn't like too crowded and too clustered, because I do need to have a place to put the underlying energy, which is the moon, by the way. There's some seriously intense energy going on here. Okay, so guys, for this week, this is going to be a little confusing. Going to be straight up, to be honest with you. You guys may be feeling confused already, like there's not a lot of certain stuff coming out. This thing's just kind of not really making a lot of sense. But I do feel like you may have to kind of go with your intuition on this. This is your 12th house that we're in as well. So yeah, things are going to come up in regards to your fears, some hidden truths, hidden things that are hidden. This is the house that's hidden, right? So for you in your relationship, I do feel, relationships, I do get the sense that you're going to have to walk along the lines of intuition. So really trusting yourself and trusting that you'll be able to get to the other side, to walk the path without really clearly seeing what's going on. Now the moon is in complete darkness. It still illuminates a little things like there, but it can distort your vision on what it is that you're looking at, right? So with the moon coming up, I do see that you guys may be confused and not quite certain about certain things. But I do get the sense that there is some seriously intense energy here. Okay, and you guys could be feeling left out in the cold, not a lot of support. There's something lacking in the relationship, and that can really highlight that as well. This whole feeling vulnerable, being out in the hard to see nighttime anyway, because again, like I said, the moon can illuminate some things, but not everything. So you being like this and everything, it can kind of suck if you don't have a lot of support, or if you feel like there's something lacking in the relationship, and it has a lot to do with, stability in itself. Okay. Now, going into this with your current state of being, you have the 8 of Wands. So things could be moving pretty fast. Things could be a little bit overwhelming as well. But you're a Gemini. So Gemini, when things kind of happen very fast, it's like about time, right? Because things can be moving slow. So I do think that things are moving very fast. I feel like you guys could be very clear. There are some communication here, back and forth. Like again, it can get a little overwhelming sometimes, but I do get the sense that there is some progress that's being made. Now, what you guys want to get to as far as your goal is the 2 of Swords. The 2 of Swords can indicate that you guys want to make a difficult decision and just kind of get on with it. I feel like for some of you guys may not want to deal with the situation head on, or you guys just want the situation to be done and over with. Because at the end of the day, right, you have to pick down one of those swords and go ahead and fight for what you believe in with that one sword that you got, and just kind of lead on with it. You can't hold those swords up forever, keeping the peace and everything. So I feel like eventually you just want I feel like you guys want to overcome this situation where there is a 2 of Swords situation, where you're not able to see, where you're not seeing ahead, or you're not seeing the situation for what it truly is, because it's difficult. It's hard to deal with, especially when it comes into a situation. But what's keeping you from making your decision is the Ace of Pentacles. Is because perhaps there is a new start, a new beginning, or perhaps the reason why you're not making a decision, or you're not addressing the situation itself, or you wanting to make that decision. You're trying to. What's keeping you from making this decision here is this Ace of Pentacles, because things are moving really slow. It's a slow progress. It's a slow movement. And because of somebody offering a cup of love to you, somebody already stating to you about how they feel. Which is very interesting. So I feel like for some of you guys, even the reason why this Ace of Pentacles is keeping you from making a decision, or from go ahead and overcoming this obstacle, this challenge of making this decision, is because there isn't anything stable. There isn't a commitment to this. Somebody didn't offer you commitment. They offered you something, or they just expressed themselves emotionally. Maybe there's just nothing really to work with. Maybe even like this whole situation is confusing in in itself. You can't make a decision because there isn't a commitment, because somebody communicated to you how they felt. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like I can understand that. If like you say, somebody comes up to you, say, "Hey, I love you," you would think that this meant let's make something happen, but it probably is not. Shoot. Why is the Ace of Pentacles? What about the Ace of Pentacles is keeping Gemini from making this decision, or looking at what's going on? Because they're blindfolded. The 2 of Swords is a blindfolded decision making. You're not seeing things as they should be, or you're not seeing anything at all. So it's really hard for you to make a decision if you can't see, if there's not a lot of clarity. I think you want to see things as clearly as you can, but I feel like you can't, because you're having a bit of trouble. You've been a bit of trouble with your, with dealing with your situation here. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so the Ace of Pentacles, the situation in regards to Six of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles is the Six of Pentacles. So balance. There's not a stable foundation here. There is no stability in the foundation at all. Page of Cups. Why? What about the Page of Cups? What is this about the Page of Cups? The Nine of Cups. Because of your heart's desire. So your heart's desire is the Page of Cups. Okay. So if I'm going to get this completely straight, your situation is blocked. Well, you making a decision right now is blocked because there isn't any stability. And the reason why you don't have stability is because you don't know what your heart's desire is. Or perhaps that you have, yeah, I feel like maybe it's that because you haven't gotten your wish, or it's because you are focusing on what your heart's desire is. So you haven't necessarily committed to a person or to something yet. There isn't any balance here because you're still working towards something. It's very weird. Or somebody could be offering something to you and you could be content with it. Like, you could be happy where you are and you don't want to, move any further. Like, you don't want to go anywhere extra. You just kind of want to stay where this is at. You kind of be in energy for a little bit. Because here we're going to go back to that. Because here you have the Temperance card, which is your advice, which is indicating like this is time for you to really focus on yourself, keep things balanced for you. Again, with the balance card, Ace of Pentacles is indicating like the Six of Pentacles here is indicating there is a need for balance and balance within yourself. So I feel like Gemini, right now, there could be a need for you to keep balance within yourself, because divine timing is going to be working on this a little bit more. I feel like things are kind of out of your hands in a lot of ways. It's almost as if your heart's desire is to commit or is to start something new with something that obviously leads to something long term, because this is just an emotion, and I feel like you have expressed yourself here, but there is no commitment, which is causing things to kind of go out of whack, which is probably why you don't really want to make the decision right now, or you're kind of feeling like you can't move, or you feeling like you just have to kind of keep the balance right now because maybe you're waiting on a decision to be made. You know what I'm saying? Maybe there's a decision that needs to be made on the other person's part, and you're having to wait on them. Because they could, like, it's so strange. Like, there's no commitment, but there was somebody that said something in regards to how they felt. Like, they're confusing you. And you're like, well, how the hell am I supposed to make a decision right now if I don't know all the facts? So I feel like with their goal, you want the facts. You want all of it. Let me see. Why is the Two of Swords even in your goal? Because I can understand with the Five of Cups, like it's obviously saying you want to shift your focus from the problem to the solution. Okay, yeah. Making a decision about starting something new, or probably even rekindling an old flame, which is connecting back with somebody that you already know, which makes sense with this Knight of Cups and your feelings. So this is okay. So I'm getting it now. I feel like right now things are moving very fast. It's hard to kind of see things situationally because things are super confusing, super like, whoa, intense as well. So I feel like this intense energy is moving very fast in your direction. It's not a bad thing, but it can get a little bit overwhelming, especially when you can't see things as clearly, or things are not being communicated as clearly as it should. Now, where you want to be is clear-headed and making the decision that may be a little bit difficult at the time. But the thing that's keeping you from making a decision about this new beginning is because somebody's not committing to starting something new and reestablishing balance. even though they communicated to you how they felt and what they wanted. Or maybe there isn't a commitment here, and things are out of balance because of the fact that you communicated what you wanted and how you felt about the relationship. So I feel like right now, yeah, there is a need to wait, because there's a response that's needed. There's a response that needs to come out of this. There's something that needs to happen on their part, on the other person's part, for some of you guys. But I feel like maintaining yourself and focusing on yourself and allowing divine timing to do its work, that's what's going to get things going. But I feel like keeping yourself balanced right now is really important, especially with the moon coming up. There's a lot of confusing stuff going on, not a lot of things being clear. So I really feel like this is a time where you kind of need to just step back and let the universe handle it. Let the other person do its thing. If they're being weird and confusing, fine. But if you're clear on what it is that you want, and you know what you want already emotionally, let them have, it is what it is. For some of you guys, this could be that someone else already communicated with you how they felt and what they wanted, but they aren't committing to it. Their actions aren't speaking, aren't following what their emotions are saying. Because here with your feelings, you have the Knight of Cups. It's almost like you guys feel like as if you guys you guys feel like the ones that are the romantics, the ones that have the clue of what they want, or you guys could be dealing with somebody that's like that communicates to you about what they want, but they don't follow through. They have a problem with the follow through. It's very similar to the Knight of Wands, but they say all these wonderful things, but they just kind of don't keep their promises. They're like, oh, I love you, baby, but I love you, baby, I want to move up in the relationship, but they don't ever actually do that. It's like there's a lot of things with them. It's like they are the perfect person, the perfect knight, the perfect everything. You guys connect in a very good and a romantic way, but when it comes to communication on how they feel or everything like that, or what they say about the connection and everything like that, it may be nice, but they have a hard time following through. They just have a hard time keeping their word. Empty promises is what the Knight of Cups is kind of known for. So you guys could be feeling like y'all being played with this person, because the Knight of Cups can even come up as a player a little bit, just like the Knight of Wands. So either you guys, I feel like you guys know what you guys want. Emotionally, you guys are very focused on what it is that you guys want, which makes sense with the Knight of Cups. I feel like you guys wanted to communicate, wanted an exchange of emotional communication, which you guys may have had in the past, but there's no commitment because of a lack of balance here. So there is something going on. Gemini. Y'all tired. Y'all struggling. You're like, I don't know what the hell to do. You're like, look, this situation is driving me up the doggone wall. See, now with the Nine of Wands, it's like you guys are exhausted. You guys are ready to kind of throw in the towel because you don't really know what the heck's going on. But then at the same time, you don't want to lose this progress. You just work so hard to get to the Nine of Wands, to work so hard to get to where you guys are in this relationship, that leaving it is just like, it almost is not even an option. So I feel like you're not sure of whether you staying in this relationship or staying in this situation is worth your time and energy, if as much as you're expending it. But then you also don't want to lose your progress. You don't want to just give up on it because of something that may not just be clicking right now. The moon doesn't last forever, which is a good thing. But what's underneath the moon again? The Five of Pentacles, the lack. Okay. Lack of support and stability. And there we go with the Six of Pentacles. Man, there's somebody that's not being stable about, and very consistent. They're not being consistent about how they feel, about their emotions. But I do see you guys coming out of, and fighting for your truth, or fighting for what it is that you want. Standing by what it is that you believe should be yours, right? Picking that sword here with the Two of Swords and doing a 1-up. Going ahead and picking the sword and fighting for what it is that you want and making it true, making your truth. So I feel like right now, in the in the outcome, you may be a bit combative. You may be a little bit serious about what it is that you want, but you're making it clear. You're stating your truth. You're going after what it is that you want. You're going after this cup of love that you have offered, and and making your manifestation happen. Because that's what the Knight of Swords is running up towards, right? It's running up towards that. Hey, I made myself clear. I made what I wanted clear. So why can't we just make it happen? I feel like that's what the Knight of Swords is all about. Just being very clear about your truth. Because somebody here is just not communicating. or no, not communicating. They're not very consistent about how they feel or what they say to you. That's what I'm getting. For some of you guys may be focusing on what you want. You guys may be the ones that are a little bit confused. Like, you may want to commit to someone, or you may feel a certain way about someone, and you feel content where you are, but you're not ready to commit yet. Because there is a lack of balance already. Like, maybe there's a lack of balance on their part, or a lack of balance on your part, right? Maybe there's something that needs to be given, and there needs to be a proper give and take for there to be a beginning in the first place, and there isn't one. So that's why you haven't started anything new, because you know what you want already, but they are not showing signs of commitment readiness, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go ahead and pull you guys your romance angels for the week, okay? Oh, Jesus. So, children could be affecting your love life. Your love life is being affected by children. So the Ace of Pentacles here, or the Ace of Cups rather, or Page of Cups rather, excuse me, I'm going all over the place. Page of Cups could be indicating that there's a child here. Maybe the reason why you can't commit to this person is because they have a child. They have somebody already. They have a little one. They have a little one already. And it's kind of hard because you have to make a difficult decision whether to pursue this person that has a child already. Or for some of you guys, this is talking about projects, right? Because if this is not children, if there's no children in your life, this could talk about a situation that they consider, or it's like something they consider their baby, like I said, a business, or a project, or things like that. Like the things that they love to do, the things that they have to monitor and nurture to a serious extent, like almost as if they have children. Like that could be affecting your love life. It could be like work could be more important. I have no idea what could be more important, right? But children is whatever is constantly nurtured and watched over and maintained. Because obviously what you do with a child is you make sure that they're set and they're good. So I feel like with that, there's something here. Ask for help. Jesus. And you guys have here, what is it you really need help with? Be willing to allow yourself the support you need. It does talk about the Five of Pentacles underneath the moon. Okay. So I feel like if this, because the Five of Pentacles, they're walking away from some really good help. They may not, that church that they're walking by, as you see. That church. It's like, nah, we don't want this, you don't want this. But they're struggling and they don't have to. They could ask for help. They could take, eat some warm food, but they are not. They're still determined to go after what it is that they want. You don't have to go through this alone, and your situation is saying that you're not alone in this. So if you do need some help in your situation in regards to, whether or not to pursue a relationship or not, or whether it is, getting to your heart's desire, getting what you want, and somebody that can help you, let them help you. Okay? You don't have to solo mission this. But alright, Gemini, I'm going to let you guys go. I know your situation is crazy and confusing, considering that somebody could be saying one thing but not doing another. It's just like, what are you supposed to do with this? But I feel like you guys will get clarity in the future. The moon doesn't last forever. But looking at what's lacking in the situation can help you, can help ground you so that way you can get to where you want to be. Okay, so focus on how to get out of your situation, and really remember to maintain yourself. Take care of you. Temperance is saying, take care of you right now. Keep things balanced. Keep things, in moderation, and let the universe handle it. Okay, just do the best you can. Do your 50% in the relationship, and let the other person do their 50%. Okay.